Let's discuss about one example of convection in air, that is called sea breeze and land breeze. People living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomenon that is called sea breeze and land breeze. During the daytime, they feel sea breeze, and during the nighttime they feel land breeze. What is sea breeze? During the day, the land gets heated faster than the sea. So the air above the land gets heated, becomes hotter and rises up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. During the night, sea cools down slowly, then the land, so the hot air above the sea rises up and cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called land breeze. Here, the pictorial representation of land breeze and sea breeze. Here, the sea breeze. Here, on the land, air is heating and moving up, rising up, and air above the sea taking the place of this hot air. This is also the representation of sea breeze. Here you can see the movement of air is like this. And this is the land breeze. Here the movement of air is like this. Air from the land taking the place of air above the sea, which is heated up and rising up. Now we will discuss about one another mode of heat of transfer, that is called radiation. What is radiation? Radiation is a process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium. As you know, in solid, heat is transferring through the conduction and insulator, you know, and in the gas and liquid, heat is transferring by the mode of convection. But where there is no medium, the heat transfer is taking place through the radiation. As you know, in the most part of the atmosphere or above the atmosphere, there is no air. So heat from the sun reaches the earth by the radiation. When we sit near the fire, we feel warm. Why? Due to the heat radiated by the fire. All hot bodies radiate heat. Heat from the sun. You can feel the sun warm your skin on a sunny day. How does it occur? Due to radiation. This is because the energy causes the particle in your skin to move faster. That is equal to more heat energy. Now we will discuss about one more phenomenon, that is why dark color surfaces and colored surfaces absorb more heat. Here we will discuss about dark colored surfaces absorb more heat than the light colored surfaces. We will do one activity to explain it. What we will do in this, take two tin cans of same size. First of all, paint the outer surface of one black and the outer surface of one white. Pour equal amount of water in each and leave them in sunlight for about 1 hour. What happens? After 1 hour, we will measure the temperature of water in both the cans. The water in the black can is warmer than the water in the white can. Why it is happen? Because this black color or colored surfaces absorb more heat. The another experiment is dark colored surfaces radiate more heat than light colored surfaces. What we will do in this experiment, we will take tin cans of same size, paint the outer surface of one black again and outer surface the another one is white. Pour equal amount of hot water of the same temperature, you can say 90 degrees centigrade. Leave them in a room or shade for 10 to 15 minutes. measure the temperature of water in both the cans. What will happen? The water in the black can is cooler than the water in the white can. Why? Because in this black pan, heat is absorbed by the tin, because it is black, and dark color surfaces radiate more heat than the light surfaces. Now we will discuss about kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. We will wear dark color surface. As you know, dark color surface absorb more heat than light color surface. So dark color surfaces radiate more heat than light color surfaces. So we wear dark color clothes in winter because it absorb more heat and keep us warm, and we wear light colored clothes in summer because it reflects most of the heat and keep us cool. We wear woolen clothes in winter because wool is a poor conductor of heat, and the air in between the wool fibers prevent loss of heat from our body, so we feel warm. Here you can see the example of transfer of heat. This is the convection occur. Air is heating here and rises up, and air around the fire taking the place of this hot air. Here you can see direct conduction is occurring, and here radiation is occurring, and convection is also occurring. Now we will discuss one more phenomenon, that is gases can be good insulator. A thin layer of trapped air is an excellent insulator. In cold weather, layer of clothing trap your body heat near you. There is air in between the layer of clothing. Along with the clothing, the air insulate your body. Suppose you are asked or given the choice in winter of using either one thick blanket or two thin blankets, what joined together, what would you choose and why? This is the answer. We will choose two thin layer joining instead of one more thick layer of blanket. Why? Because the air is a bad conductor, or we can say insulator of heat. So layer of trapped air is an excellent insulator. In cold weather, layer of clothing trap your body heat near you, so there is air between the layer of clothing, and that will keep us warm. Here you can see the picture of, here this is the base layer, and this is the insulating layer of air. Here this is the outer layer. This is all about this chapter. Thank you.